Well, as if Tesla needed something else to deal with, its Chief People Officer, Gaby Toledano, confirmed that she is on an extended leave of absence just 15 months after joining the company. The electric car maker offered no timeline of when she might return, except to say that the leave was at her request. Joining us now is Brian Deagon. He's a senior reporter over at Investors Business Daily. Brian, to be clear, she's been on a leave of absence for some time now before Elon Musk put out that tweet heard around the world in mid-August that he wants to take the company private at $420 a share. But what does this say about what is going on internally? Does it say anything about what is going on internally at Tesla?
Well, we've had a long string of departures at Tesla. Not too long ago, their VP of engineering for the Model 3, who had left Apple to go to Tesla, has left Tesla and is back at Apple. And, Tesla is the kind of company that, people would die to work for, because of its reputation, its name, the excitement. And when you have people leaving a company that's, in its prime, that signals disruption within the organization for sure.
What does Tesla need right now, Brian? I mean, look, this is the trillion-dollar question at this point, but given what Elon Musk has been doing on Twitter, the failed bid to take it private, what does Tesla actually need right now?
Well, what Tesla really needs is for Elon Musk to get more rest. The guy is completely stretched thin. He's tweeting things he shouldn't tweet. He's generating negative news when he shouldn't. When he pitched his proposal to take the company private, he was in his car driving to Los Angeles airport, and so, he's just generating more negative news. He's got this pedo guy back in the news situation where he taunted him with to file a lawsuit, which he did, and there's this constant disruption, and yet here's a company who's got a class, a grade A perception of their electric vehicles, and these kinds of things do not help at all.
At what point do shareholders start to lose their patience with Musk? We haven't seen it happen significantly with missing deadlines, and we saw stock shed a few percentage points on certain days when he's been back on Twitter, tweeting particularly strange things. But Brian, at what point do shareholders lose their patience and say, hey, we demand that somebody rein in Elon Musk. We demand that the board reins in Elon Musk.
Well, shareholders are already showing their impatience. There's been a good amount of heavy institutional selling in that stock. The stock has been very erratic. It's not been stable at all. And, so they're expressing their dismay, but, they're still hanging in there. I mean, Tesla has a very loyal following. They're very avid fans of the company. Anytime anything negative said about Tesla, they bark back, just like they did with Apple and Steve Jobs. But, that's about the state of that.
Brian, to your point there, the stock down 28% from that $420 take private price that Elon Musk had tweeted about a few weeks ago. So investors becoming less optimistic, it seems here, based on the future of this company. When you look at who might be a good executive to help out Elon Musk, there have been conversations over the past few weeks that it might be a good idea. And a few years ago, the company actually reached out and talked to Sheryl Sandberg about bringing on a key executive to help Elon Musk and take some of the operational duties away from him. Is there a good person that you think who could do that? And do you think that Elon Musk can really, truly step away from his entire role there?
He has not shown any signs of being willing to step away, and this company really needs somebody to come forward as far as which chief executive or who's out there. That's a tough question to call, but they got to be out there. I mean, to point out again, Elon Musk is the CEO of two really significant companies, SpaceX and Tesla. And as I've mentioned before, Stephen Jobs, when he was running Apple and Pixar, two companies as CEO, he said that was one of the hardest things he'd ever did in his life. And, at the company's annual shareholder meeting, I think it was in April, there was a move to bring forward a new chief executive. That failed. And there was also an effort to try to shake up the board of directors, and that failed too. But it failed because Elon Musk and the board of directors have a controlling interest in the shares, and so it's very difficult to get something passed like that. And that's another thing about what's going on with Tesla is the finger really has to be pointed at the board of directors. What are these people doing about keeping Elon Musk under control, which they apparently have not been able to do yet.
Well, because he's tweeting again. We all see it. We all were surprised when we saw those tweets here just in the past 24, 48 hours. Brian, SoftBank news today that SoftBank is not going to be investing in NIO, a Tesla competitor based in China, but preparing for an IPO here in the United States mid-September. Is that a win for Tesla?
I wouldn't say it's a win for Tesla. I mean, SoftBank has invested in a lot of car companies, including what's going on at Alibaba. So, I mean, the competition from China, and here again, that's Tesla's big issue. I mean, they're in the lead right now, but in the case of NIO, you know, they're planning the IPO. They plan to raise 1.3 billion. They've already got a car on the market that's competing with the Model X, and that's reportedly half the price of the Model X in China. And they've got another one coming up. So, but that's just one of many of the car companies. So, SoftBank's not investing in NIO. I don't see that as an issue. I doubt money is a problem for NIO.
Brian, before we let you go, weigh in on the news that Dyson is getting serious about electric vehicles, investing more than $2 billion in developing electric cars that would rival Tesla potentially. What do you make of whether or not they actually have a real chance to succeed in the field?
Well, as you said earlier, when you think of Dyson, you think of fans and vacuum cleaners. I mean, they have this unique brand reputation. But I can't see them as being a serious threat in this market simply because you have all the automotive giants from all over the world focusing intensely on this market, and I just can't imagine that Dyson would be any kind of a disruptor, partly because of the fact that they've got nothing on the market right now.
Still a few years away, and we've seen Tesla's been a perfect example of how hard it is to build up a fleet from a nascent company.
Even if you're exclusively focused on that. All right, Brian Deagon, senior reporter, Investors Business Daily. It's always great to see you. Thanks for joining us today.
Great, thank you.